They never knock twice. Everyone in Marlow Hill knew the story. It was passed down by older siblings, whispered at sleepovers, used as dares to make newcomers piss their pants. They called it the Doorless Shack. Deep in the woods, past the dried-up creek bed and the rusted-out pickup, it sat alone. No door, no windows, just a collapsed roof and 4 rotting walls. And a rule. Knock once, and walk away. Knock twice, and they come for you. It was just a story. Until it wasn't. Cassie dared me to do it. We were out there on a Friday night. 4 of us with nothing better to do. Cassie, Omar, Janelle, and me. We brought flashlights, beer, and bravado. The trail was overgrown, and the trees leaned in like they were trying to eavesdrop. The shack looked worse than I expected, almost like it was breathing, creaking with every gust of wind. Cassie shoved me forward. Do it, coward. So I did. I walked up to the wall, heart drumming in my chest, and knocked. Once. Hollow. Empty. Then, because I didn't believe in ghost stories, I knocked again. Twice. Cassie screamed and ran. Omar laughed. Janelle rolled her eyes. And I stood there for a second longer, just to prove I wasn't scared. I should have run too. The first night, I heard it. I was brushing my teeth when a knock echoed through the walls of the bathroom. Slow. Deliberate. Like a hand dragging its knuckles down the inside of the sheetrock. Knock, knock. I froze. Called out. Nothing answered. I checked the house. Every room. Every closet. My parents were out of town. I was alone. I went to bed with the light on. The second night, the knocking came again. This time from the ceiling. 2 slow knocks, directly above my bed. I stared up for hours, waiting for the sound to come again. It never did. But I couldn't sleep. By the 3rd day, I was unraveling. I called Cassie. No answer. Tried Omar. Voicemail. Janelle finally picked up, but she sounded weird. Flat. She said she hadn't seen Cassie since that night. Said Omar wasn't answering her either. Said she heard knocking too. We agreed to meet the next day. But she never showed. That night, I saw her. Not Janelle, exactly. Something that looked like her. She stood across the street from my house, half shrouded in the fog. I thought it was a trick of the light. Until she raised her hand. And knocked on the air. Once. Twice. I started researching the legend. Local forums. Old newspaper clippings. Anything. I found a story from 1978. 3 teens went missing after visiting the shack. Only one was found. Catatonic. Unresponsive. Spent the rest of her life in a facility, muttering one word over and over, knock. No one took it seriously. The article even mentioned the legend, dismissed it as hysteria. But the girl's drawing, shaky lines of shadowy figures, all eyeless, all knocking, burned into my mind. By day 5, the whispers began. They weren't outside. They were in me. Crawling through my skull, whispering things I couldn't understand. Different voices, some angry, some crying. One of them sounded like Cassie. I tried to record them. Played the audio back. Silence. Then breathing. Then, you're next. I drove to Cassie's house. Her car was still in the driveway. I knocked. Once, then twice, on her front door. Her mom opened, eyes red, hands trembling. Have you seen her? She asked. I shook my head. She showed me Cassie's room. It looked like a hurricane tore through it. Mattress shredded. Walls clawed. Window broken from the inside. On the wall. Written in something dark, sticky, and very, very real. You brought them. Night 6. I boarded up my windows. Locked every door. Slept with a knife. I didn't hear knocking anymore. I heard scratching. All night. In the walls. Inside the floor. And then, something under my bed. Breathing. Wet. Labored. I didn't look. I couldn't. I dreamed of the shack again. This time, I was inside it. The walls were dripping. Not with rain. With something thicker. Warmer. The floor pulsed under my feet. And in the far corner, a shape, tall, thin, made of smoke and teeth, watched me. It didn't move. It didn't need to. I woke up screaming. Blood on my sheets. Scratches across my arms. My door was still locked. Tonight is the 7th night. I don't know what happens on the 7th night. Maybe I vanish. Maybe I become one of them. I don't know who they are. Spirits. Demons. Some ancient thing we disturbed. I just know they're real. Because right now, as I write this, they're standing outside my bedroom door. And they've started knocking. Once. Twice. Update. I thought I had more time. But time doesn't work the same way now. I'm still here, but not here. The night never ends. I saw Omar, or what was left of him, hanging upside down from a tree in the woods behind my house, whispering to the roots. I saw Janelle, scratching her name into a sidewalk until her nails split and peeled away. They're trapped too, bound to this place. This game. I tried to burn the shack. Went out with a can of gas and a box of matches. It didn't catch. The fire just stopped. Like the air around it refused to breathe. And now the trees have moved closer. The trail is gone. I'm leaving this here for whoever finds it. If you hear the story, don't go. Don't test it. Don't think you're smarter than the legend. Because if you knock twice, you invite them in. And they never leave. And you never leave either.